Bruce Lee once said, if you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done. And this inspired today's video, which is about how too much research and too much thinking can actually hinder us, and it can actually stop us from accomplishing something great. I myself have found in the past that I did so much research, so much planning, so much thinking, and when it came to action, I wasn't doing anything. This can be seen with so many things. One of those things is, let's say with YouTube, if you want to start a channel, some people want to know what their niche is right off the bat without even filming any content and being experimental. And so they might spend months or even years trying to figure out their perfect niche, when instead they could have simply created several videos on different topics and seen how their audience responded. So actually taking that first step is sometimes better than doing a little bit more research. And this is what I hate about conspiracy theorists, is they spend all this time doing this research to disprove that an event happened or to try to say that something isn't the way it seems. These same people who, nitpick every single thing and who judge other people don't have anything that they've created. They're simply on the sidelines, and they have all the time in the world to judge other people or to trash talk what other people are creating or producing. So I have built a life in which I take action quite quickly. Actually, a few weeks ago, I was having a conversation with a friend, and she had told me that she was on Bumble BFF, which I'd heard about. And I told her, you know what? I should join that app. I recently moved to a new state. I don't really know anyone here. And within a week, I had my app downloaded and my profile made. And it can be something as simple as that, but I know people who have been telling me they want to start a business for the past 7 years and they haven't done one thing towards that. I also know people who have told me they want to download a dating app and they have spent all this time researching the best one, but they have yet to join a single one. So then my question becomes, is it better to be perfect, or is it better to just get a result? And I would pick getting the result any day, because if you look at any successful person on earth, they had to go through many iterations of a thing, of a product, of a business before they perfected it. It wasn't necessarily doing more research that got them that result. It was creating, producing, refining, improving. It was this process of trial and error, of getting something out there, seeing how the customer responded, and then going back and fixing it. So you can't change something that you haven't tracked. This is a fundamental rule. But there are people who are trying to fix something that they haven't even made yet. And it's something that I hear all the time. I would love to start a business, but I don't have a partner. I would love to create a clothing brand, but I don't know how to draw. I would love to invest in stocks, but I don't know which one. And my response is just do it. Because once you do it, you will learn, you will refine it, you will improve it. And that's how you will actually do the right research. That's how you will actually figure out the best method. So there are people that I know who do all of this research on different companies, on what's going on with the economy, on what's going on with the interest rates, but they don't own a single stock. So how is that information benefiting them? It's not. It's actually making them more fearful. Every time they see the news of this stock went bankrupt or the market did this today, it's driving all these emotions inside of them. When if instead of reading all that information, they spent the time to select a stock and to buy it and go for it, they could then figure out what the best method is. They could then figure out, okay, how can I pick the best stock? They could then figure out, oh, okay, well, if I don't want to take as much risk, I can maybe buy a fund or an ETF instead. Rather than just reading all of these articles and all of this information that's just clouding their judgment and making them even more resistant to act, they would have just took the damn action and done something with it. So one thing that will contribute to your success more than anything is not research. It's action. And this is coming from someone who reads one book every week. So I'm not saying that research is bad. I'm saying that it only works if it's tied to action, if it's paired with action, if it's, used along with action. Because I could read books all day long about the best businesses, but if I don't start a business, then all of that research was for nothing. And all of that research just made me even more resistant to take action. All that research actually just led me to inaction. So I have this rule that the minute that I get an idea for an action, I take my first step towards it. So for example, if I'm sitting in bed and I get an idea for a YouTube video, I write it down immediately. That doesn't mean I'm gonna get out of bed and go film it, but I write it down so the next day I can search that title and figure out what the best title is for the algorithm, and then I can get a script ready so I can film it. Other people would let that idea simmer, they won't write it down, maybe they'll ask their friend, what do you think about this idea? And then you're getting other people's doubts and fears creeping in to your idea. God didn't plant the idea in your heart for you to go share it with all these people so they can trash on it. God planted it in your heart so that you would water that seed, so that you would do something about it. So I really encourage you to do a little bit less research and take a little bit more action. Because once you create a life where you are quick to act, where you are quick to actually do something and move your hands and feet, you are going to get so much more results than the person who is just researching, reading, and doing, the prep work without any of the following steps. How many times have you wanted to buy something and you were this close to pulling the trigger, but then you were like, you know what, let me see if it's on discount, let me see if I can get it somewhere else, let me see if I can wait for a sale, and then you miss the opportunity, you miss the boat, that thing is no longer available. And now you're like, oh, why didn't I just take it? Why didn't I just buy it? Why didn't I just take the plunge? So this happens with so many things. There are individuals who had inventions in their head, but because they decided to do a little bit more research and to do a little bit more digging, someone else went along and got the patent before they did. God favors the people who take action. And I truly believe that God plants more seeds and more ideas in the people who He knows are going to take those ideas and do something with it. So don't let an idea go to waste. Don't let this thing that you have brewing inside yourself go to waste. Do the thing. When I saw that people had an interest to work with me as a coach, I didn't say, hold on, I need to create a website, I need to get a logo, I need to go get, no. That night, I created a Calendly, I set up my schedule, and I provided a link. Because I wasn't going to wait till next month to offer a service that had demand. I wasn't going to perfect the image and get a website and get a logo and get an LLC before I could just do the damn thing. If people are asking for something from you, for a service, and you know you can provide it right now in its unfinished form, in its unperfected form, even in its just beginner, baby, toddler form, then do it. Because the feedback that you get while doing it is going to be so much more valuable than whatever research you could have done on the sidelines without getting a taste for the actual thing. So be quick to act and know that you can make iterations and you can make changes and improvements while acting. It doesn't need to be one or the other. After I started my business, I've made changes to the business. But had I not made the business and just waited until everything was perfect, I probably would have still been waiting today. So just release the damn thing, do the damn thing, run with the idea and act upon it. That is the best course of action. You don't need to do more research. You don't need a partner. You don't need someone to help you. You don't need the guidance. You have everything you need. And you can make changes and make improvements once you've taken the action. So this video is just as much for you guys as it is for me. I know that there are times when I get in my head and I start second guessing things, and then I will sit and sleep on an idea and it's escaped me. So I truly think that this advice is applicable to any and all things. Whether you want to make a change in your home, whether you want to change something in your business, whether you want to start a YouTube channel, whether you want to create a dating profile. Anytime you get this nudge and you get this idea planted, do something about it and take the first step towards it. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that it's going to spring you into action. I love you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.